Hey everyone, my name's Richard. Welcome to the channel. Do subscribe if you wish and give the video a like. I've been spending about a week now over in Virginia in the USA, and I thought we'd just have a bit of a chat about what's happening over here rather than the motorbike, which is the Harley Davidson Road King Special. So I thought we'd just go for a spin and take it from there. Let's turn all the buttons on. And I'm actually on the way back from the Blue Ridge Mountains to Norfolk, where I catch a flight to Atlanta, and then Atlanta back down to Manchester. Manchester Airport in the UK. Let's fire this girl up. It's been an interesting time over here, especially in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Right, let's go. Let's go for a ride and a chat. So let's just take it easy, and I may have to cut from quiet times while I'm thinking about the next subject to talk about. So it's been really interesting being over here. The people have been super friendly. Super friendly. Whoops, hang on a second. What am I doing? I haven't got my helmet strapped up. Okay, let's go. So the people are super friendly. Super friendly. If I pull up at the side of the road for a wee or a cigarette, they will ask if I'm alright. They will stop it and ask if I'm alright. The food has been great, and the food hasn't been expensive. I was expecting it to be really expensive, but it certainly is not. It's comparable to the UK. If not cheaper. There is a strong religious thought over in Virginia. They're very religious. There are churches all over, and only last Sunday, all the car parks were full of cars at the churches. Let's talk about the big thing that's in America. Donald Trump. Where I've been in Floyd, in Virginia, and most of that area of Virginia is very Republican. It is very Republican. And a lot of them are simply not understanding what Donald Trump is trying to do in his current section of being president. They're a bit confused as to why they're doing this and that and blah blah blah. So I think, you know, certainly based on the people that I've spoke about, his potential of being re-elected could be quite low. Interestingly, most of the people that I've talked to, be it at petrol stations, restaurants, and that, are normal people. They're normal people. And most of the guys that I've talked to, which are super friendly, tend to look like this out of the film Paul, or this out of the film Planes, Trains and Automobiles. The normal guys that work hard and do what they need to do to get the jobs done. In fact, I was surprised. I was at one petrol station where these guys were talking, and the petrol station owner was their boss, and they were doing work in the forests. And they were saying that the boss was saying that we need to get this particular job done. And the guy said, well, we'll do it this evening. We'll do it this evening. And the boss said no. He said, it'll be too cold. He said, I don't want you going downhill and being sick because of the cold. He says, we'll do it tomorrow when it's a bit warmer. Now that sort of surprised me. I didn't say anything to the guys, but it did surprise me, because I thought it was a case of just get the job done. So maybe it's not as bad as what you think. Maybe that was exceptional. Not sure. I'm not sure. Taking a right here. Oh, God, this is a heavy lump. There's two ways of looking at America. There's the channel On the Road Adventures. Great channel. Richard and, what's his name? What's the name, sorry. I can't remember. Lovely couple. Just got married. Lovely couple. And they went all the way across America, from Florida right over to San Francisco. Now that kind of endurance is absolutely fine, but sometimes you don't get to the nitty-gritty of the people that live there, and you got to spend some time with them. And that's what I've done with this ride in America. I've gone over to Floyd, spent some time in the Blue Ridge Mountains and talked to people that live there. The Floyd Country Store. Let me show you this shop. So the music that was created is a normal occurrence at the country store. Just a normal occurrence. They all get together, all the locals, and start playing. Of course, then they bring normal groups in and they play as well. The lady in the orange shirt, She wouldn't let me go. She was a lovely lady. And she ended up doing this thing that they do in Floyd. Let me show you the clip. It's bizarre. Here we go. Left-handed.
Left-handed, put this under your left leg. Hold this with your right hand. Hold her hip on towards the chest. Don't bounce him up and down. Hold him right down the You want to watch? I just did that.
This is great.
He's playing with dolls.
Feels strange. Yeah, yeah. This is interesting. That was bizarre. Tapping away on these dolls. Unbelievable. But they're really friendly people. And the guys that I've spoken to at the petrol stations, they're just normal guys. One thing I have noticed here is that dental care is a premium, and the guys and gals are really suffering from lack of dental care. Yeah? It's much worse than the UK. But I guess it depends on what your priorities are. And I guess if the local community has very few teeth, then everybody becomes the same. Oh, beautiful. So, I came over for a week and rented this bike out. Rented the bike out for 5 days, and that cost me £480, including the top level insurance and breakdown cover through Rider Share. This is one way of doing it. It's been a great experience. Would I recommend you do it? Absolutely yes. Come and meet the normal people of America. Some of the buzzards are ginormous. Look at that buzzard. Last night I had a Chinese takeaway, sweet and sour chicken and egg fried rice. It cost me $16. So that is about £11, £12, which is equivalent to what it is in the UK. I had a great Mexican meal. That cost me $20 with a steak. Look at these houses. And they're not overly expensive. Yeah. I'd like a house like that. But the people have been wonderful. One thing interesting, sometimes when you pay for things, there are two prices. One of the prices shows how much you pay with a credit card. And the other price is how much you pay for cash. And the price for cash often is very much cheaper than the price that you pay for the card. Just a thought. So sometimes it's better to pay cash. The prices will be shown for cash and the card. Yeah? Cash is king over here. Driving is easy. It's not like New York where it looks crazy. Everybody, generally speaking, nobody speeds. They just bumble along at 50 mile an hour in a 55 mile an hour zone. Maybe that's due to the rising costs of fuel. But generally speaking, no one's rushing around. Everybody's taking it easy. The driving is straightforward and easy. There appears to be plenty of work around here. You know, they'll often see signs where it says hiring. Have you got these skills? It's a beautiful place. I guess it's not perfect. I'm not comparing it to the UK. Some of the people have asked, a couple of people have asked about what's this about putting stuff on Facebook and being sent to prison in the UK. They're struggling to believe it. They think it's fake news. And I said it wasn't fake news. And they couldn't believe it. And I said it's only recently started in the UK. And one of them turned around and said, "So you're turning like Russia?" I said, "No, not necessarily." I said, "Russia's nowhere near as bad." And they laughed. I said, and they were saying, yeah, there's more free speech in Russia. They're very much into free speech here. And they will say what they think. They will say what they think. And they have the power to say what they think. And they don't feel uncomfortable about saying their thoughts or sharing their opinion. I don't want to get too political. But you can't help but talk about different cultures. The UK culture and the US culture. Of course, I'm only here in Virginia. It may be slightly different in other areas of America. But personally, I do feel a connection from my thoughts and how I'd like to be with this area of America. It's a beautiful place. But I am missing the UK, and I'm looking forward to going back home and seeing Incontinentia. Incontinentia's missing bigger stickers and Susie the puppy dog. This is a beautiful land, and the weather's nicer than the UK at this moment in time, I guess. So maybe that's why I'm enjoying it. Everybody's got pickup trucks. Everybody's got pickup trucks. I'm about just under 50 miles away from Norfolk, which is where the pickup trucks turn to Toyotas. And that's okay. Yeah, they've all got Ford F350s, F250s, F150s, the pickup trucks out of Norfolk. As soon as you go into the big city of Norfolk and Chesapeake Bay, you'll see, you know, VWs, Volkswagens and Toyotas. It's a beautiful land. Ho, ho, ho. I hope you're enjoying this. Comment below if you are. What's your thoughts on what I've said? I've really enjoyed coming here, especially for the wedding. I came over here for a wedding. Came in last Thursday. The wedding was on Friday. And had a really nice time. Just look at that for an house. Wow, hopefully you can see it. I'm using Kalimoto to navigate, to get the twisties. And everything's been good. It did take me down a road where the road was blocked and closed off, so I had to turn around. It is what it is. Oh, that wasn't necessary. Here we go. I'm sure he'll let me through. Give him a wave. Oh no, all this dust. The roads are incredibly good over here. Let's get through the dust. Oh! Oh God! Say thank you. It's been a nice journey. It's been a nice experience. No major challenges at all. none at all. Be so relaxing to come over here. The month of May 2026 is going to be an interesting month for me as I hand over my responsibilities to another guy in Poland, and then I leave the business at the end of May on a redundancy package, so that should be okay. I'll see if I can find another job, but we'll in the UK, but we'll just have to wait and see. I hope you enjoyed this ride and this chat. It has been a really interesting time. I've only had a week here. The hotels have been good. I've had 4 nights in hotels. The first one was a Super 8. That smelt of weed. Terribly smelt of weed, but I had a great sleep. I had a great sleep. The second hotel for 2 nights in Floyd, Virginia, was wonderful. The Hotel Floyd. Slept really well there. And last night I stopped in South Hill in Virginia. Great people, lovely people. Apparently the crime rate is relatively high. But lovely people, and had a great sleep there. Great breakfast as well. The weather today was meant to be raining all morning, but that's not been the case. Look at that for a house. I'd like a house like that. There's a motorbike there. There's lots and lots of land out here, and it's not expensive. So I understand. I'll bring the video to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. Do subscribe. I know it's a long video, but do subscribe if you enjoyed it. More motorcycle content coming over 2026. And do subscribe and give it a like, share it on. If anybody's thinking about going over to America and renting a bike out, share it on. Ride safely. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.